This is how I lost $800 trading NQ today. Higher time frame, we were just printing bullish. There was not really any draws above, which was a little tough up here. There wasn't really many things to target, but we were just printing bullish structure. Recently reacted out of this daily gap. ES is at all-time highs. Wasn't really looking for shorts. We had this 1 hour intermediate, or not intermediate. We had this 1 hour unfilled gap below, which was gonna be my what's the word? This is gonna be like my deciding factor for the day. I don't know why I can't remember that word. If we come down, we react off of this, I was gonna be bullish. If we just displace through it, I wasn't gonna look for shorts. So ideally though, want to see us come down, react off of it, take longs. Yes, there's the 1 hour intermediate all the way down here too. Yeah, so overall just pretty bullish, printing bullish structure. Lower time frame we were a little bit more bearish, but that's all right. We have this 5-minute intermediate high right here, and obviously we have this high. There was also a high time frame SMT. Didn't think this was too relevant. If we get that retrace down into the 1 hour, I feel like that would be all that's really needed to, for that SMT to play out. Yeah, that was about it. Wasn't looking for shorts at market open. I know that some people did take shorts. So we come up, we hit the 5-minute, and then we got like a 15-second inverse to the downside. Just it was choppy. There wasn't a big fan on like 15-second inverses. We end up just continuing lower into this 1 hour intermediate, and we also come to this 1 hour unfilled that was down here. Yes, we also hit the 1 hour, and then we're reacting off of it. So at this point, like I was looking for longs. We created a 5-minute gap. Let's see, hold on. We end up creating a 5-minute gap. I don't know what minute. So yeah, here's our 5-minute gap. I didn't see there was much of a reason for us to go lower off of this. So if we inverse this, I was going to take longs, and even if it wasn't inverse on the 5-minute, take the entry on the 5-minute time frame. There's a 5-minute gap on ES2, could watch that. And lower time frame, we had an inverse down here, but I wasn't convicted enough to, we were technically like in a 1 hour gap, but we were also just like displacing lower. So I wasn't gonna assume that we were gonna just reverse off of a 1 minute. And ES was also looking a lot more bearish at that time too. I think that right here, like there's no reason to take a 1 minute inversion right there. So as you can see, we end up inversing on the 5-minute. I think it was in that minute. Yeah. So just I wait for a little bit of a retrace on the 1 minute. I think I got in like right here. I was considering putting a limit order just at a 1 minute fair value gap and wait for a retrace, but then I just thought like we were just going to displace to the DOL right here. And so there was no reason for me to wait. So I enter the trade right about here. Stop loss was at this low. Ideally, I would have it down here because then that would be a little bit more of a protected stop right here. But that would just make such a terrible RR, and I already don't like taking this high time frame of trades. So I decided to put it here, which I thought was, good enough stop loss. Yeah, and we end up hitting this. This was now a 5-minute intermediate high Didn't go break even here because we're just disrespecting bearish and respecting high time frame bullish. There was not really any reason for us to react off of this 5 minute, or which at least I thought. And end up chopping around. We edge the break even spot, chop around for a while, and we end up closing through for minus 800. I thought this was a really good trade. The only thing I didn't like about it was how high resistance this liquidity was and how minimal draws there was above. Like, this wasn't an intermediate high or anything. This was just, a high. If you look to the left all the way over here, like there wasn't any draws until like up here. There just wasn't anything. So yeah, overall I thought it was a good trade. Put me down, like, I got like a few hundred left in drawdown on my account, so I'm gonna trade with it one more time. Hopefully I take a trade that gets no drawdown, but that probably won't happen, so the account's probably gone. Probably gonna have to start a new 50k, but it is what it is. 2 trades I lost this week were good trades in my opinion, so yeah.